Welcome to the Forex, and here we're looking at the US dollar, and as you know from before, we're looking for some type of correction across the 80 and pretty much staying within group 1 above the 80, 10, 20 and 30, and the support below at 79.80, 79.72 and 79.65 area. And then once that's completed, that ABC, then as the B wave, then we'll see a C wave move to the upside. Yeah, I think also checking the Swissy against US dollar as well for the count would be helpful as well. The euro, in the meantime, will be doing the opposite. So essentially looking for last time we were looking for a low, and we're looking for some type of correction back up to the 138. We know that the euro can have very shallow corrections as well, so we really need to be sort of mindful of that. But as it stands, we'll continue to look for a larger correction back up, but this is obviously the first block of supply here, the resistance, and it's meeting that now, so we'll see the demand come in. The next lot is starting at the at the 50 to the 72 range in here, and it could fold from that point and work down from there. Let's see how the US dollar correction unfolds too at the 80, but once this is complete here, we'll be looking for further downside here of same as this one here, but this would be just as a larger A, B and C for wave 4 here, and then a wave 5 to the upside, and that would be the same for the euro, for the US dollar as well, moving up for a rally C wave for its wave 4 there as well. So with that in mind, just on the 4-minute chart here, from the low at 136.50 that we were looking for, yeah, you can see the numbers here even at 137. We've got group 1 here and group 2 here as the support and the resistance. So a break above the 137.20 would give you the next little leg to the upside there. The daily is deeply oversold, so it's got a little bit of credibility to move up from there. The Australian US dollar here, there's a couple of ways to view this, but either way, it's still to the upside, just waiting for this correction here to unfold here in terms of the A wave, the B wave we're looking for, and the C wave down through to here, and then we'll look for further upside from that move there as well. So look, yeah, nothing really to sort of do or say really. We need this this B wave to play out, and that's probably in play now. That's probably there, and the move up so far is in 3 waves, hitting the resistance through here. Yeah, so once the midpoint here, the 93, well, we're 93.50 there somewhere. Once that becomes the retested resistance, then you'll know you'll be moving down a little bit lower, but it's more so the buying opportunity that you're looking for rather than the selling opportunity at this stage. The Euro Australian as well. In the daily chart here, we are just looking from wave 3 here down to wave 4, but we're looking at 1, 2, 3, 4 and 5 for the A wave, but there'll also be 5 waves in this structure here that we're counting now, and within those 5 waves we believe the wave 3 is in this low here and the wave 4 is up here, so the wave 5 to move down a little bit further. But once that's completed into the 145 area roughly, then we could see a stronger rally from that point there. But the euro is going to rally against the US dollar, so we could see a larger rally for that little wave 4 here that we're talking about. But we'd been tracking this last week here in terms of looking for the low 146 and then looking for a move back in a corrective pattern to 147, and that's occurred quite nicely. So we'll see further downside to the 145 for the wave 5 here. However, we've just got to be a little bit careful. I mean, first of all, there's going to be a bounce off the 146 here, but this correction here, it may not be complete. This just may be the first leg in the correction in terms of an A, B and a C for the A wave down for the B wave and up for the C wave somewhere to here, and then a move down. So it's a little bit sort of tricky. So not a lot sort of happening here as well. But if the 146 becomes the retested resistance, then that's a fair warning sign that we'll see a move down to the 145 at that area, and just use the sub-levels within the 146, 145 range. The pound yen is, well, you know, the best fit so far is this sort of triangle pattern here. It's working quite well. It's been, the B wave was a real sort of a real tester, but yeah, still sort of on track here, and looking for B down to C at 168 here. Obviously there's really good support at the 170 there, so we're going to see, you know, a little battle go on there in terms of support. And yeah, so just drilling into that a little bit here. So we've got 170. You can expect to get a bounce off the 170 area through here. This little move up here, I was looking at this as being an A wave down to here, then a B wave and a C wave sort of finishing here and seeing a bounce from here. And we are getting that, but this little pattern here, it appears to be corrective. So we'll see further downside to come from that. So this is how we, last time we spoke here. Yeah, and, you know, looking for a pushback up to 171, but it just appears corrective. So I'll just give it a little bit of time. I mean, support on 171 would see a retest of 172, but otherwise it's just going to sort of sneak a little bit lower here, and then I'll have to rework this count here in terms of probably down for 1 here and back for 2 here, and all of the third wave, fourth wave and a fifth wave. But look, anyway, the main point is expect to bounce off the 170, which we did, back to 171, which it has. In reflection, this pattern here appears to be corrective. So even though we may see more corrective pattern in here, a new low should come from this. But the daily is oversold as well, so we're sort of expecting a snapback. Where it comes from, not quite sure yet, but, you know, it's not like we're looking at a trend here. We're sort of you know, we're in a sort of, you know, ending corrective pattern. The euro yen, it's moved a little bit further than the pound yen in terms of it moving down for its C wave as well. So look, it's moved through the 140, which was its you know, support there, and looking down for wave C here. Now if we've got this right here, then we'll be looking for a wave D back up here in 3 waves. It will be corrective, and it will be fairly choppy as well. So no real trading coming from this area as well. So we're just looking for the low here, and the low that I thought once again we might have the low in at this point here. Not sure what I did with the chart that we were looking at last time, but look, I just feel that there's it possibly can snap back from this little point here, but I just think that it's likely to be pulled down to the 180. So yeah, look, sorry about that. Because we're counting this down as the 1, the 2, the 3, the 4, and the 5 to here. Then we've gotten this move here, so this really brings it out to being a third wave in here in terms of 1, 2, 3, 4, and 5 to here for the third. So some type of fourth wave correction across here, and then a fifth wave down through to here, which should be about the same length as wave 1, which will bring us into the 138 area through here. Alrighty, that's about it really. Look, there's no... It's because the US dollar is correcting across 80, it's really leaving all the other markets in some sort of reflection of that in a corrective sort of pattern. So we're not really seeing any trends just yet, but we could do a little bit later in the week. All right, cheers.